Namaste.
Namaste.
It's been a while again actually since we did our last video.
Yeah.
But we've been so busy with some stuff going on and I simply don't have enough time to do video shooting and editing. But soon hopefully we can share the good news though.
Yeah.
So today this video is gonna be a little bit different again. And actually, Satish, my husband, actually encouraged me to talk about my weight loss journey. And I was kind of like uncomfortable actually sharing it because it's not something that I easily share with other people. But then he was saying like, oh, you can encourage other people who are dealing with weight loss, who are trying to lose weight. So it could be an inspiration for them, so why don't you talk about it? So that is what I'm going to talk about in this video today. And
Yes.
yeah, you encourage me to talk about it.
Of course, it's a very inspirational story. You could be inspiration for lots of women, lots of girls who want to reduce their weight. And after reducing the weight, they can sustain also, just like you did. And
yeah, but I think it's not only about reducing the weight, but I think it's also feeling comfortable and confident with yourself.
Yeah.
And then I'm not talking about like what is going on right now, like the fat acceptance and stuff. No, this is like really body positivity, like no matter how you look basically, but be happy with yourself, accept for who you are, and try to make a mind shift that you can actually encourage yourself to go on this weight loss journey. So I should start from the beginning actually, and
You were 130 kg.
I was between 120 130 kg. Now today I can proudly say that I'm 72 kilos and my goal weight is 63 kilos, so I'm almost there. And no, I didn't do crazy diets, I didn't do any bariatric surgery or anything. How I did it is simply, how I call it is mindful eating. That is how I started the weight loss journey. And part of it is also started when I moved to Japan. And in Japan it really started to get like going on, and I got more encouraged, so I'm going a bit into that detail as well. Not completely like in specific details because it's gonna be too long and I don't want to make it too long, the video. So my weight gain. You have seen my picture where I was like, so as you could see, that was like a huge difference. And that picture was taken before I went to Japan. I think I was like 23 years old, I think 24. And there I was weighing around 115 kg.
Oh, so already you lost 10 to 15
I already
kg
lost weight before
going
I
to
went to Japan.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So, and here's the thing. How did I gain the weight, right? That is the most important thing. Like many other people on this planet, I suffered a tremendous depression due to big childhood events that had a big impact on me as a child. And I was never the kind of person who could talk about things. I was like keeping it inside of me. And I continued to drag this baggage, emotional baggage with me until I was a teenager, until into my college years, until I was a young adult in my 20s. This had a severe impact on my mental being, my physical being, and my overall well-being. So I do not want to go too much into details about that because I do not feel comfortable sharing about it, but Satish knows about everything. And it's something that I simply do not want to share because it's something that it happened in the past and I want to leave it there. For me, it's now important that I'm proud and happy for the person that I am today and that I'm moving forward. So maybe I do make a short video about, in general, maybe about my depression, but I do not want to go into details because I feel like it's too heavy for me to share it just randomly with unknown people. But yeah, I had a severe depression. Then when I was in college, I had a traffic accident, which led to a severe damaged knee where I had multiple surgeries on it in 3 years. And that also actually helped to the weight gain because I was constantly surgery, rehabilitation, and that meant I was in a wheelchair and I was wearing braces and crutches.
Just I want to interrupt you because you told me it's because of helmet. That helmet saved your life.
Yeah, that helmet saved my life because I fell right on my head actually. And if I was not wearing the helmet that day, it would have been way worse. So, and that is why I'm always like, guys, wear helmets on motorbikes and scooters. Please do it, because I have experienced it myself, and I was very lucky that I was wearing a helmet.
Because of helmet, you are alive now.
Yeah, luckily I didn't get a severe impact on my head because I do not remember much of that accident because it was like a really stupid, silly accident where I basically slipped in autumn weather on leaves, and yeah, I simply lost control over my bike, and it went that way, I went the other way. I hit my head severely on the road, and my knee was in one rupture, like kind of like dislocated. All the ligaments were torn because I hit my leg against a lantern pole. And I had a concussion, but the doctor was telling me, you're lucky that you were wearing a helmet when I arrived in the hospital. But that aside, so being in rehabilitation and undergoing surgeries while you're battling with depression, and being in college around graduation time, that was very hectic for me, very stressful. And I was not able to do the things that I used to do before the accident. And that led me to feeling more down, more depression, and I started eating more because eating became my comfort. Because due to the depression, I unfortunately have lost many friends during my college time. And I was basically all alone, all on myself. I had nobody to talk to. So I was looking for my comfort in food. So, and then when I was 24, I decided to go to Japan because I was really interested in learning the culture and the country itself. But it was also part of me that I had to get out of the Netherlands because I realized that I was not happy with my life and that I was actually I was questioning life itself. I was questioning myself, like, who am I really? Where am I standing in life? What am I doing between birth and death, basically? And how do I see myself actually in the future? That is one of the reasons why I also went to Japan as well. Was kind of like I had to get out of my toxic environment. I had to be somewhere neutral where I could all start over again. and kind of like make peace with myself to move forward and to better myself as a person. And that is why in Japan I came in contact with Buddhism, and in particularly Zen Buddhism. And Zen Buddhism has really helped me to understand myself, how I was able to solve the issues that I had with myself, because I had been carrying that heavy emotional baggage for so many years that I simply couldn't do it anymore. And thanks to the Zen Buddhism, thanks to Buddhism in general and meditation, it was literally a lifesaver for me. And that is where I started like really to get my weight loss to accelerate. Before I went to Japan, I was already dieting because of my knee surgeries and because of the rehabilitation. So before I started my work after college, I already had lost a little bit of weight, but you know, rebounding and that kind of stuff. So basically I couldn't really maintain the weight that I had lost. I was always rebounding a little bit. And I have done so many different kinds of diets. South Beach diet, Atkinson diet, no carb diet, fat diet, only protein diet, fasting. But then unfortunately the fasting that I was doing, I started binge eating. So, and that binge eating, that was a red flag for me, that there was something in my mind going on. Because why do you eat suddenly so much? There was a reason for it. So, and all these things actually led me to actually understand that if you really want to successfully lose weight, you first have to get your mind in the right place. That is the most important. Accept yourself in your current state and encourage yourself actually to move forward. Try to figure out, why am I eating so much? Why am I not happy? Why am I always blaming the people around me? Why am I projecting myself, my bad behavior, my bad feelings on other people around me to make them feel miserable because I was feeling miserable? So, and while I was in the process of like internally transforming myself as a better person, weight loss became so easy for me. And basically the first thing that I started to do to initiate more weight loss was basically no more soda, only water and tea. I basically started stopping eating outside food, takeout food, and started to cook for myself. That became my priority, like cooking healthy dishes for myself. More fruits and vegetables. And besides that, I stopped eating white rice. I went to the brown rice and I went to whole grain pastas, for example. These are small changes, but in the long term, these small changes will help you to lose weight. And what I want to tell is like, I've been on a weight loss journey for almost 10 years. It took me 10 years to lose more than 50 kilos. And in those 10 years, I also had times that I was rebounding. Now for the past 6 years, I was actually successfully able to continuously lose and maintain it without rebounding. And that is thanks to the Buddhism and meditation as well, to get your mind in the right place. And once you're mentally feeling good, then you will see physical change. The change that is going on the inside will also show on the outside. It's like everything will change. Your energy will change, your outside will change, your appearance will change. It's just on whole different, it's on complete different levels. I am not the same person that I was 8 years ago. And I feel like I'm still continuously changing. not done yet.
So when you left Japan, you were 115 kg?
150?
115.
115 when I left Japan or
Yeah.
when I went to Japan?
Oh, sorry, when you sorry, my mistake. When you went to Japan, when you left
When I
Netherlands.
went to Japan, I was, because before going to Japan, I met a really nice nutritionist in the Netherlands where my mom was going to. And so I was able to shed some kilos before going to Japan, but I was still, when I came into Japan, I was between 105 and 110 kg.
Okay, okay.
And then of course in Asia, especially in countries like South Korea, China, Vietnam, Japan, cooking is completely different. People cook fresh every day. And of course you have junk food and outside food there, but most of the people cook healthily. And especially in Japan, they're like, Japanese cooking is kind of bland tone, but it helped me to lose more weight because they had smaller portions as well. So your body, you get used to that and you feel more full when you're getting used to that. And these small changes helped me. And also when I just moved to Japan, I had no bicycle, no car, I was always walking. And that kind of exercise helped too in losing weight. So, and during my stay in Japan, especially for the last 5 years, I was able to completely turn around my lifestyle. And that is a lifestyle that I will continue to follow for until I die, I guess. And now I'm not doing complicated things, but my rule is like, for example, every morning I try to walk for 1 hour. That 1 hour walking will really help to kickstart your metabolism, especially early in the morning, because for me it works really well. Besides that, I'm not doing heavy exercise because I can't do heavy exercise because of my knee. But I'm also doing 4 times a week yoga. And I'm also doing just simple weight training, weight exercises to tone up the body. But these all small things together, plus my diet, it really helps me to maintain my weight.
I still remember when you left Japan.
When I left Japan, I was around 85, 86.
No, oh, okay, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
when I came to India.
Okay, your first time when we met, you were 94 kg. Then from 94 to 85?
No, I was not over 90.
Okay.
I was 86.
86.
86.
Okay, okay.
And then I lost a little bit of weight again, and when I left Japan, I was 83.
83. And in span of 11 months, now you are 72.
I'm now 72.
Means after coming back to India, you lost more 10 kgs, approximately 10 kgs.
Yes, something like that.
Yeah. And here just what changes you had done?
Well, the changes mostly is like, I mean, I need to say that too. Why I was getting more into the dieting was also because I was having minor health issues. A few years ago in Japan, I was diagnosed with the pre-symptoms of fibromyalgia. I had a lot of stress the last 4 years in Japan due to work, extremely stressful. And then I also had high blood pressure. And now this was concerning for me, and this became a bigger motivation for me because high blood pressure is unfortunately in my family. Now, unfortunately, so far we didn't have people yet who died early because of high blood pressure, but it is something to keep in mind. And I started to realize that I had done quite a lot of damage to my own body for the past 10, 20 years by that excessive eating. So the high blood pressure really shook me awake more, that I really needed to be more on top of my health. And I was mid-20s when I had the high blood pressure. That is shocking for somebody mid-20s. You already have a blood pressure of 150 over 80. That is, no, I was shocked by that. And of course, in your 20s, you're not really thinking about the consequences of your freestyle living, kinda. I have to say it like this, I guess, because in your 20s you're exploring life and you're trying to have fun and you're not really thinking about your health. But now that I'm in my 30s, it became a priority. And now I can say that I manage my high blood pressure without medication, and that was simply by adjusting my lifestyle.
And it was your decision when you came to India that you stopped eating meat.
Yeah, so I completely stopped eating meat in India. However, before in Japan, when I was living in Japan, I stopped eating pork and beef, red meat basically, due to health issues. And I was basically only eating chicken for the past 5 years. And now that I came to India, due to personal issues, I started to stop completely eating meat. And I think that has also helped in reducing the weight as well. And I'm honestly gonna say I'm not 100% vegetarian, because if I do go back to the Netherlands, I do eat meat, but not as how I used to do. It's like I'm very conscious about what I'm choosing and what I'm eating. And that is part of my mindful eating. Be mindful about what you're eating. Be mindful about the products that you're using. Be mindful about what you're putting in your body, basically. Because now that I'm in my 30s, I'm starting to realize that health is so much more important than wealth, basically.
Yeah, I'm also health consultant, so we eat fresh.
We eat fresh and we try to eat as much as organic, as we can, as much as we can.
Yeah.
It's not always possible, but we do our utmost best to do as much as we can.
Yeah.
We don't do outside food, but now I have to say we do sometimes eat sweets and snacks and outside food, but that is not daily, not even weekly. That is like only maybe twice a month that we're...
I can say once in a month, not twice.
I would say twice.
Okay.
Maybe for you once, but for me twice.
Yeah.
Because I'm eating a little bit more snacks than you. But for me the key is moderation as well. And the same as if we go for parties, you know how Indian parties are, there's a lot of junk food and sweets. And so my rule is basically, if I eat one day whatever I want, the next day I do a fasting. And that is kind of like to balance out the calories. And that is what keeps me going, actually. It's all about balancing and moderation.
So after changing the lifestyle, changing the diet, you from 130 kg now 72.
Yeah.
And now you completely came off from the fibro, high blood pressure.
My fibromyalgia is under control. My hypertension is gone. Bronchitis. I also had asthmatic bronchitis, also gone.
Yes.
So, and this is just because of the small changes that I did, and it took me 8 years, 6 to 8 years. And for me, slow and steady wins.
There is.
Yes, because that is the best. Because my body had constantly the time to adjust to the changes, and there was no chance for my body basically to rebound again. So slow and steady wins, I would say. And I just have a certain few rules that I keep in mind. Water. I drink a lot of water. I don't drink soda. Only water or tea, but not chai. Like, I do drink chai, but if I drink chai, I drink it without sugar. Only milk and the spices, no sugar. And I drink herbal tea, different from the tea that you get here.
We say kada.
Yeah.
Just like mulati tea, any seeds tea,
Something like
mint tea,
mint tea,
chamomile tea, right?
So herbal tea. The second thing for me is like fiber. I eat a lot of fiber. And we eat a lot of brown rice. The only time I use white rice is when I cook my biryani. Because I always feel like for biryani I need white rice. But other times we always eat brown rice. I eat whole grain pasta, whole grain noodles. We eat millets. We eat
Chapatis.
chapatis, raki chapatis, whole wheat chapatis, and whole wheat bread. And in a few months I'm also gonna buy my own bread making machine so I can make my own whole grain bread. So that is gonna be fun too, I guess. The other thing is like a lot of fruits and more veggies. So when we eat dinner, lunch, we always have a bowl with raw veggies. We don't put dressing for the salad, we don't put salt, nothing. The other thing for me that is important, no sugar, no salt, or low salt, because of the hypertension that is also in my family, and I really want to keep it under control. So we don't use a lot of salt, we don't use sugar, and we don't eat too spicy, and we only use a little bit of oil. And the oil that we're using is again like an oil that will benefit your health, for example peanut oil or avocado oil, or
But that oil is also cold pressed oil.
cold pressed organic.
Not the refined oil.
Yes. So these are the things that basically helps me to keep track of my weight loss journey. Besides that, what I do is intermittent fasting. I have a very steady routine for myself. So in the morning I eat late breakfast because I have the intermittent fasting. So my breakfast is light, and for breakfast I usually eat like English or continental style breakfast, but healthy version, or I eat poha. It's just like what I like to eat. And I also have mornings that I just make a banana smoothie and that's it. Then we have lunch. We always eat quite a big lunch. And dinner is kind of depending on our appetite. Sometimes we have a big dinner, sometimes we have a very light dinner. And we eat dinner early. We try to finish our dinner before 8 p.m. and mostly we finish our dinner by 6:30. Because I have my intermittent fasting. So my rule is after 9 p.m. no more eating until 9 a.m. next day. So I keep that 12-hour window that I'm not eating anything. And besides that, I do not like to go to bed with a heavy filled stomach tone. So these are basically the rules that we follow. And if I want to make sweets, I make my own sweets where I can be in charge of like what do I put in it and how do I make it more healthier.
Yeah.
So that is basically what we do.
Yes.
So, and I really started to pick up healthy cooking and baking, and it's one of my hobbies and I really enjoy doing that. So that is one of the things. Oh, that was a whole blurting out video, but I was like, I have to keep it a little bit short or else within 1 hour we're still talking about it. And I do hope that this video may find some, maybe motivating for somebody, or someone might find inspiration in it. And just keep in mind that it's all about shifting the mind, get your mind in the right place and completely change your lifestyle. Not just until you've reached your goal weight, but the rest of your life, basically. And that is how I go, because I never ever want to go back to that girl again that was above 120 kilos. That's no. If I remember like how miserable I was feeling and low self-esteem, not feeling confident, being a toxic person. No, that is not, I don't ever want to go back to that.
Yes. Now, your next goal is 62 kg.
63.
63.
63.
Okay.
And then according to BMI, I might be still a little bit overweight, like by 1 point or something. So this is what I want to highlight a little bit. Yeah, follow the BMI, but also follow the weight where you feel comfortable with, where you feel confident. Because it's your body, and in the end you decide how you want to look, right? And how you want to feel. So for me personally, 63, that was a weight where I was feeling confident, where I was feeling good before my massive weight gain. And I want to go back to that weight again. And for me, that is a healthy weight.
Yes.
So, right?
Yes.
It was a long journey, but it's an ongoing journey, and I'm grateful that I found my peace in Buddhism as well, and the peace in meditation. Meditation became really a part of my lifestyle as well. I usually meditate in the morning when I wake up, and I also meditate in the afternoon when my husband is still at work. And if I really feel need to, I meditate in the evening too. And meditation became such a core thing for me to keep myself together, to get my life under control, and to keep going actually. And I never imagined that meditation could be so powerful in like changing yourself and to be the person that I am today.
Better you should start teaching meditation also.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but maybe who knows? Who knows? So yeah, I really love reciting Buddhist mantras and stuff, and yeah, it just became a powerful tool for myself, because the vibration does really affect your whole well-being. So now might be skeptical people watching, like, yeah, well, okay, whatever. But for me, it was a life-changing event. Right?
Yeah, now it's again going to be long.
It's going to be long, I'm so sorry guys. But this is simply what I wanted to share. So for the coming weeks, it's going to be very difficult for me to shoot some videos and to edit some videos, because we're so caught up with busy stuff. But we do have our trip planned end of next month, so that is going to be fun, and I'm looking forward to it. So, right?
Yeah.
So exciting. So I will maybe some update on YouTube with some shorts or pictures of how it's going. But yeah, we're at the moment so packed with all kind of personal stuff, and I simply don't have enough time. But I just simply wanted to share my weight loss journey, because for me it's a big thing, and it's also a big thing that I'm talking about it and sharing it with other people. So
that's it.
That's it. We're going to stop now, or else it's going to be too long. So I hope may it be inspirational, may it be motivational if you're in the same situation. And I'll see you soon with another video.
Namaste.
Namaste.